In this video, we will discuss about thermal bridging atlas of steel construction for improved energy efficiency of buildings. We will see that prestigious construction institutes from the following countries contribute to its drafting. We need such an atlas because the increase of percentage of metal building from total buildings built. We will find how we can download this atlas, how the calculation and measurements were made to determine the size of thermal bridges linear or point one, what are the values of these thermal bridges in the standard version, and what are the solutions to reduce these thermal bridges and what are their low values. About the European Commission's TABASCO project, on the basis of which thermal bridging atlas of steel construction for improved energy efficiency of buildings was made. The TABASCO project investigates how thermal bridging in a steel construction can be minimized in order to improve building energy performance. Thermal bridging is particularly relevant to steel technologies used in all forms of construction, in housing or residential buildings, commercial and industrial buildings, due to the relative contribution of the steel elements to thermal bridging in highly insulating building envelopes. You can download this atlas from the video description, which is below the video if you see the video at the calculator or a laptop. Also, in the video description, you can find links to two websites about energy performance of buildings. The atlas has a part of 40% from its content which describe the way it was obtained, and they are noted between 1 to 8. In the last part of the content, we will find Appendix A, Best Practice Design Guidance, which at page 141 in the project, but 138 in the PDF. So if we enter here 138 and press enter, we will find the content of this appendix, which is the most important part of this atlas. Therefore, design guidance documents on thermal bridging developed as part of the work. The first one is guidance on thermal bridging models at page 140 in PDF as we enter in front. Design guides and details for cladding system in a single-story buildings at page 178, Design Guide for Best Practice on Reducing Thermal Bridging of Light Steel and Modular Construction, 236 page, and Design Guide for Minimizing Thermal Bridging in Steel Frame Buildings at 292. For the first part, the guidance on thermal bridging models, we will enter 140 and press enter, and we'll see its guidance on thermal bridging models, which have a content list, and it's about a theoretical part about thermal bridging and the way of calculation of those bridging. For the second one, design guide and details for cladding system in single-story building, we will introduce 178, the page in PDF, and it's about design guides and details for cladding system in a single-story buildings. It's about especially in here is the content, general information and theoretical part about thermal bridging, and this is mostly about the thermal bridging for lightweight steel details especially for industrial buildings with sandwich panels with polyurethane or mineral wood inside, building on metal structure. It has the interior of this chapter is about. They're analyzed to one building, but in two situation, hole one and hole two, where the thermal bridging are reduced through different methods, and the effect of those reduction. They are also presented different parts of the envelope from that building. In this part, it's detail A, the top of the roof. We will look especially at the detail F, which is an external corner. Okay, and we'll see here it's presented how it is the reduction of the thermal bridging, what we have to make to reduce it, and the value of it. The external dimension or the internal dimension represent the dimension of the thermal bridge measured internally or externally. For design guide for best practice on reducing thermal bridging of light steel and modular construction at page 236, we'll introduce 236 here. We'll press enter. It's design guide for best practice on reducing thermal bridging of light steel and modular construction. You start with the contents list. It presents different type of constructions. Residential buildings using light steel framing. Smaller or larger story buildings. Interior structures, the way it is built, and modular structures, a very modern way of building. Here is details of panels of different type of walls, modern walls. Theoretical part about thermal bridging. The way the colors are allocated to different types of sections and compounds. And here starts different type of calculation for different type of thermal bridging. For the design guide for minimizing thermal bridging in steel framed buildings, we'll enter 292 and press enter. Let's see what contains. It contains list for the first part. Short introduction, description of the types of buildings, different sections in the walls, another sections in the walls, theoretical part about bridging. It's about linear and punctual bridging. And here starts the results for different types of bridgings.